Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Dear students, please stay home, keep a safe distance, and wash hands often because we are in a tough, critical situation against the corona. Please be stay home and keep a safe distance and wash hands often. Okay, students. From last class, we discussed about the wireless communication and mobile communications concept. From here, today's session is fully about mobile-based technology protocol functions. They are GSM and gprs concept. Before moving to the GSM and gprs concept, I want to discuss some more new technologies based upon the current situations. Yeah, I think all over the peoples are using the fourth generations in Tamil Nadu, most probably in India, but our world moving towards seventh generation and eighth generations of mobile technologies. Yeah, at the time of 2025 we reach ninth generations also, even ninth generation also. What is the major difference between the fourth generation, fifth generation, sixth generation, seventh generations? Do you know, realize it? Do you know any idea about the difference between the concept? Yeah, the most concept and most the difference between them are transferring of a data, transferring of a mobile communication, speed of mobile communications only. That is the major difference, and all other concepts we have in the from third generation mobile phones also. Okay, so speed of the data is a must and mobile and most important concept to differ from the different genre of mobile communication. Yeah, do you know Norway? Norway is the fastest internet speed, first country in the world is Norway to have the fastest internet speed. Yeah, they currently using the seventh generation mobile communication formation. And second to the Norway is the Netherlands, and third to the Netherlands is Hungary, and next country is South Korea that transmitted the data from 22.2 megabits per second, and next to the South Korea is Hong Kong. It transmitted the data of 16.8 megabits per second, and next to the Hong Kong is only Japan, that is 15.2 megabits per second. And next to Japan is the Sweden. I think you know about the Sweden. This is from European countries. They're transferring the data from 14.6 megabits per second. Yeah, they all are moving towards the seventh generations of a computer. Sorry, seventh generations of a mobile communication. Now we are in a fourth generation. So most probably from 2025 we switch over to eighth generation. All the best. Okay, guys. Now we go into the topic. So now the topic is on GSM. From last class onwards, I will give the information about the GSM. GSM is nothing but the global system for mobile communication. Global system for mobile communication. Yeah, it is one of a cellular digital technology. It is used for transmitting the mobile voices and the data services only. Yeah, it's only transmitting the mobile voice only. Okay, and next, the concept behind the GSM is emerged from a cell-based mobile radio systems only. This concept is belonged from 1970s onwards. The concept of GSM is belongs from 1970s onwards, but the GSM concepts are introduced in the world in 1982. Formally, it was announced as a groupie special mobile, and later it is denoted as a global system for mobile communication. Simultaneously, in 1991 onwards, the Germany country introduced the GSM. German and the European countries introducing the GSM. Today, many providers all over the world use GSM. More than 200 countries, Asia, Africa, Europe, anything, Australia, America, using a GSM. So most probably, what do you mean by GSM means it's a second generation mobile phone. 2G. That is a 2G communication. I think you know about the 2G. This is only used for transmitting your call and an SMS only. They never concentrated on the data. That is a big drawback for using the GSM. Yeah, this drawback can be recognized by from using a gprs connection. Okay, and characteristics of a GSM, it is used only for communication purpose through voice call or through SMS only. And mobility, internally access, chip code enables users of access point of different providers method only. It's worldwide connectivity. One number, the network handles localizations, and it is a highly capacity function, and it is a highly transmission quality. Its security functions will be in access control authentications functions. It's depend upon the authentications. That's why we can say it is highly securable. And a lot of disadvantages in GSM. These disadvantages can be overtaken by the gprs. Now what time we never using the gprs, we are in advanced mode, that is we using an lte, that is a long term evaluation. That is the fourth generations of our mobile. Okay, so what are the disadvantages? Means no end to end encryptions of user data. Yeah, really, it's have no end encryption point, so that is a major drawback for using the GSM. And next one, no full ISDN bandwidth of 64 kilobits per seconds. Yeah, there is a no ISDN band. So international standard band is they never allowed it to ISDN functions. Okay, if you want to use an ISDN, we can use a separate code for using the mobile communication. Reduced concentration while driving. At the time of driving, the concentration will be very low. So the generations of a computers, yeah, in the cases of a while driving in a vehicle, you can identify your tower will be changes from 4G to 3G, 3G to 2G. Sometimes it denoted as an E. That's why we can identify there is a tower problem, there is a connectivity problems. That is a major drawback for using a 2G. And it is an electromagnetic radiation, so the limited amount of coverages will be allowed. Abuse of private data possible. Yeah, it's only depend upon the public data only, it's never concentrated on private data. Roaming profiles accessibles. Yeah, roaming functions will be accessible in GSM. High complexity of the system denoted as a mobile, it's have a very high complexity at the time of transferring of a data. Several incompatibilities within the GSM standards. All the mode of mobiles are never supporting the GSM. The limited numbers of modes are supporting for the GSM. These are all the disadvantages of a GSM, and this topic is very important at the time of board exam. They may be asked at least for the 2 mark questions are also for write some more disadvantages of a GSM, or some are the advantages of gprs connection. What is the major difference between GSM and gprs? These are the questions behind from this topic, so we concentrate only for 2 or 3 marks from behind this topic only. Okay, and this is a GSM mobile services. Here we can see there is a one black diagram. The black diagram consists of 3 service domains. One is a bearer services, and another one is a telematic services, and another one is a sublimatic services. What do you mean by bearer services? What do you mean by telemetry services? And what do you mean by sublimated services? So first one is an MS. MS denoted as a mobile station. I already denoted as a mobile station, base station, and substation. You clearly identify the concept of mobile station, base station, and substation. Mobile station, those who are using the mobile phone in your hand, we can say it is called as a mobile station. Those have a tower in your area is called as a substation. All the towers are concentrated in one main area, it is called as a base station. This is a categories to belong from MS, BS, and SS. And barrier services, it wants to service your network from transmitter to receiver, that is called as a barrier services. And last one is an telemetric services, which is used to service only in a telemetric forms. Yeah, this block are briefly explained in the further slides. Barrier services, it is a telecommunication services. It is used to transfer data between access point. This access point is denoted as nothing but transmitter and the receiver. Specifications of services up to the terminal interfaces. Yeah, it follows the 3 layers of OSI reference model. We have OSI reference model as a 7 layers. It's first followed, so first layer, second layer, and third layer. That is an data layer, physical layer, and application layers only. The different data rates of voice and the data. Yeah, in GSM, the voice and the data can be followed in different methods based upon the applications. For example, if you are using a data services in a synchronous mode, and if you want to using the data service in an asynchronous mode, that both function be in a circuitable formation. That's why we can say it is called as a circuit switched function. At the time of protocol, that is an transmission control protocol, clearly the transmission control protocol will be always be in a formations of a packet switched. That means the transmissions of a data by using in a packet formation. These protocols are used to transmit the data from transmitter to receiver by using a packet formation. That's why we can say it is called as a packet switched. That type of transmission, the path of a formation can be categorized as synchronous and asynchronous. The synchronous formations be in 2.4 to 4.8 or 9.6 kilobits per second, and the asynchronous function, the formations of a signals be 300 to 9600 bits per second. Okay, that is the transmissions of data in a packet formation only. Now what time all the data we transmitted by only in the packet formations only. Once upon a time we transmitted the data in a circuit packets. Okay, sorry, circuit switched. So we concentrate only in a packet switched formations. Okay, and next one is on teleservices. That is a telemetry, the telecommunication services that enable voice communication via mobile phones. Yeah, it is one of a telecommunication services. So it exists only on a voice communication in our mobile phone. All these basic services to obey cellular functions, security and measurements. GSM is fully concentrated on the security purposes only. That's already told, it is an authentication function. So it's the second point, only it's the concentrations of an authentication only. Offer services. They offered mobile telephony, emergency number, and multi-numbering. So, what do you mean by mobile telephony? It exhibits the transmissions of signals by only in the bandwidth of 3.1 kilohertz per seconds. That's why we can say it is called as a mobile telephony. It's following the telephony functions from 3.1 kilohertz bandwidths. That's why GSM is occupied as an mobile telephony functions. And emergency number, common number throughout the Europe, 112. It is an emergency numbers for identifications of emergency calls only. That is because why they denoted as 112. The GSMs belongs from only and the European countries and first. That's why they denoted as 112. After that in Europe they concentrated on Asia. After that in Asia it concentrated to Australia. That's why the before in simply say the birth of an GSM is from an European country. That's why the emergency number be denoted as 112. And it is a multi-numbering. It is concentrated on ISDN function. So we can say it is called as a multi-numbering. This is a simple architecture of a GSM. What do you mean by architectures? It's an overview of a GSM, an overview designing of, overview plan of, overview methodology of a GSM. Yeah, it is concentrated on the two functions, and one is a component and another one is a subsystem. The component is concentrated into the four function, that is MS. I already told MS is a mobile switching center, that is MSC is a mobile switching center, and MS is denoted as a mobile station, and another one is a base station. You know what is a mobile station? Wherever you have a mobile, it is called as a mobile station. Wherever the tower concentrated on this mobile is called as a base station, and next one is a mobile switching center. The concentrated from mobile station and base stations are denoted as a mobile switching centers, and which area it wants to be location is denoted as like a location register. If you want to register this current area, if for example if you want to register this mobile in Madurai area, means the registration be denoted as an LR, that is denoted as a location A register. This is the components from the architectures belonging from GSM. And next one is a subsystems. The subsystems can be categorized into three types, that is RSS, NSS and OSS. RSS is denoted as a radio subsystem, and NSS is denoted as a network subsystem or network switching subsystem, and last one is denoted as an operating subsystems. What do you mean RSS? It covers all radio aspects. And what do you mean NSS? It covers handover, switching and call forwarding activities. And what do you mean by OSS? It is an operation subsystem, so it's concentrated on management of the network. Yeah, these are all the tools. These are all the mobile. 1100, 6600. This is a P. One of a time we use this type. Before 10 years we use this type of a mobiles. This all are belongs from the GSM concentration. So on next one, this is an antennas. There is a few more antennas. I think Yagiuda antenna, Han antenna. These are all the antennas which are concentrated for GSM. And next one, this is an infrastructures. So this infrastructures is based upon this GSM activities only. That is the base stations. So there is a left corner. There is a one station. It is denoted as a base station. This base station contains the different types of a link from the mobile station. This from the mobile station. Then different types of a base stations are concentrated into the mobile switching center. And there is one cabling is there in the left side of images, right side of the image. There is one cabling is there. The cables are most probably be in the base stations only. The cables are denoted from identifications of different areas of your coverage area. And this is a microwave link which is used to link your mobile through tower. This is an infrastructure too. That is a databases. What do you mean by database? Collections of your data, collections of your mobiles, collections of your mobile registration numbers from in one sub area. That is called as a databases area. Okay. This is an overview of a GSM. Yeah, GSM's categories are from RSS and the NSS. RSS is denoted as a radio subsystems. Radio switching subsystems. They are always concentrated on base station center. So this is a tower area, this is a tower area fully concentrated on the range of your radio frequencies. If you want to choose as a nearest area, means you first choose as a cell. If you want to concentrate it on second cell now, it's moved towards from first cell to second cell and moves towards to second cell to third cell based upon the applications of your mobile area. That radio specification move from one area to another area. So and topmost of the diagram is an NSS with OSS. So NSS is nothing but as a network and OSS is nothing but as an operational function. So the operational functions is managed all over the network, and the NSS is denoted as a network. Yeah, in network it is a mobile switching center, and another one is another mobile switching center. If you want to concentrate your coverage area be in the first MSC, means your mobile ranges will be in the first MSC and it occupied into the first base station. If you want to concentrate it in one second MSC, means your coverage area will be changes from first MSC to the second MSC, and this coverage area will occupy this base stations and shown here. Okay, this is a GSM concept overview. So here the GSM overall methodology be concentrated into two formation. One is NSS with OSS and another one is an RSS. The RSS is denoted as a radio frequency of a function. If your mobile coverage area be in the formations of which frequency area be denoted as there. And first one is an NSS. NSS is nothing but a network services. A network services with OSS means this OSS manage all over the network. Okay, this NSS is the functions of MSC. The MSC is nothing but mobile switching center. If mobile switching center will be concentrated based upon your coverage area. If your coverage area be in a first MSC, means it's concentrated on your first base station. If your coverage area be in a second MSC, means it's concentrated on your second base station. Okay, so that's all. So it is a simple element and interfaces, single element to be interfaces, and how to concentrated on your mobile services. Yeah, that is OSS, this is NSS, and this is RSS. This RSS is denoted as a radio cell activity which activated for multiple MSC from the single BSC. That is an example for this diagram. Okay. Next, radio subsystems. What do you mean by radio subsystems? In radio subsystem, these are all the component. What is the component? Base station and mobile station. The base stations is nothing but base station switching center plus sum of base terminal centers plus interconnect and activities. So base station subsystem is concentrated on base transceiver stations and base station controller. That's why base transition station plus base station controller plus interconnection. This is called as a BSS activities. It is an activity from both BSC and BTC plus interconnections of a different mobiles area. That's why we can denote it as a BSS and MSS or MS mobile stations, which is used for the cell identification. So which is use of several carrier frequency. The range of frequency can be varied from mobile stations, not the same frequency. So mostly concentrated by if the frequency be or not be in the same, means they concentrated to the nearest cell, that is an adjoining cells. So cell size vary from some 100 meter up to 35 kilometer depending on the user density, geography and transceiver power, etc. So based upon the coverage area, the cell activity can be varied. So for example, if it is be an 100 meter to up to 35 kilometer, means it's activated into one base station. If it is from 35 to 60 kilometer, means the mobile switching stations be changes over from another base station. So based upon the mobile activity, so the base station can be varied. And this is a frequency band. So if you want to be an GSM be an 850 MHz, means the channel be activated in this type of a function, and the uplink functions be like that and the downlink functions be like that. If your GSM be an 900, if your GSM be an 1800, otherwise if your GSM be an 1900, the channel activity be based upon this tabular column. So uplink functions, it's activated into the megahertz. What is the uplink function and what do you mean by the downlink function? Transmitting data from transceiver to the receiver is denoted as an uplink. So receiver to transceiver is denoted as an downlink functions. So simply we can say your mobile to tower be denoted as a uplink. Tower to another mobile, receiver mobiles is denoted as a downlink. So based upon this type of a functions, your frequency can be varied. Okay. This is an example for the geographical area. In Germany, the GSM concentrated on 1800. In cases of Germany, once upon a time it's be concentrated on 900 to 1800. Based upon the geographical area networks, the GSM will be categorized into the different formation. And next, GSM is based upon the DDMA technology or FDMA technology. See, DDMA is nothing but time division multiplexes, and FDMA is nothing but the frequency division multiplexes. Now we are in a CDMA technology, that is a code division multiplexes. So what do you mean by TDMA? It's fully concentrated on time functions, and FDMA is a frequency defined functions. In the architectures of in the architectures or in the protocol formations of GSM, the third protocol point to be denoted as an DDMA, that is the time division multiplexes frame. In time division functions, the user data for transmitter and user data for the receiver both be concentrated on the time division function. So at the time of transmitting a packet or transmitting the signal, it must be concentrated on the traffic. So that's why they choose as a time division functions. The transmitter first sending data to be transmitted to the receiver, second sending data from the transmitter to the receiver based upon the time varying function. That's why we can say GSM fully concentrated on TDMA technologies only. Okay, security in a GSM. Yeah, GSM is a highly authentication. That's why we can say GSM is always securable. GSM is a very confidently. GSM is an anonymity. So that's why GSM is a highly securable, and it's followed to securable identifications be done by the following algorithm. The algorithm is secret open interface algorithm, standardized function, that is an encryption function, that is an algorithm 3, A3 for authentication, A5 for encryption. The encryption for fully concentrated for standardization, and A8 for key generation. So by only using the secret key, the GSM technology will be the standard to securable functions. Data services in GSM2. This is an important concept. This is the next level for the GSM. That's why we can say it is called as a GSM2. That is an entry point for the GPRS. That's why in GSM2 we just transmitted the data. Okay, just transmitting the data in very limited level. That is from 9.6 kilobits per second. The advanced codings are allowed up to advanced codings is nothing but advanced technology, while comparing to that of just transmitting of calls and SMS, just transmitting of MMS messages. That type of the functions are concentrated in GSM2. Okay, so moving from GSM to GPRS, GPRS is a packet switching data using free slots only if data packet is ready to send. Okay, otherwise it can't be sent. It's never concentrated on the circuit switching. It's only concentrated on the packet switching. So standardizations, it's introduced on 2001, but its standardization formation be established from 1998 onwards. Advantage: once leap towards UMTS, it's a more flexible. Yeah, it's move from anytime or anywhere we can concentrate the signals. Disadvantage: more investment needed. New hardware. It need lot of hardware. That is a major disadvantage for using the GPRS. So anyway, GPRS is a packet switched transmitting of data, and while GSM is a circuit switches, and little bit they concentrate on the packet switchings. Okay, GPRS, its expansion for the GPRS is a general packet radio services. It is fully concentrated as a packet. That's why they denoted as a general packet. Okay, what is GPRS? A packet oriented data services. It is a very important point. Transmitting the data from transmitter to receiver by using the packet. By using the packet means we can easily avoid the traffic. That's why we can say it is a packet oriented data services. For IP, that is nothing but as an internet protocol. So it's fully based upon the internet protocol functions. And X.25 over GSM networks. Okay, these concentrator differ from the GSM is an X.25. That is X.25 be denoted as a packet formation, but all over the function from the GSM except the transmitting function be in a packet. That is called as a GPRS. Enables packet switches service on the resources of the already existing GSM network interfaces. Yeah, infrastructures. It's fully concentrated on GSM infrastructures. So except that it is a packet switching data transmission functions. And deploying new channel coding sinks and time slots bundling. In cases of the GSM also depended upon the time division multiplexes. The same way, GPRS also concentrated on the time slot bundling. Based upon the time function, they transmitted the packets from transmitter to the receiver. The speed of the functions be or we can say the throughput of a functions be up to the rate of 160 kilobits per second. Provide an always on functionality without continuous of resources. So most probably if the formation being a continuously resources functions, they concentrated on continual resource function. They step towards the 3G networks. Yeah, GSM-B in the formations of a 2G network, the GPRS are moves from 2G to 3G networks. So this is a diagram which is used to separable difference from GSM to GPRS. Here there is a diagram which is denoted as ash color side. First one ash color side is denoted as a base station. If the base station, if you want to transmit the data, that is voice call and an SMS, we concentrate only on the GSM. That GSM contains MSC, that is a mobile switching center, and GMSC. Yeah, GSM center. Okay. If you want to concentrate it as a data, mobile communication data, that is an internet, they just switch over to the GPRS. That's all. That is a major difference from GSM and to GPRS. So just concentrated for the voice call or just concentrated for the SMS be done by on the second one, that is in GSM. If you want to concentrate on GPRS function, we must know about what do you mean by SGSN and what do you mean by GGSN and what are the applications of these two in GPRS. These two most applications is done by only for the internet data connectivity. That internet data connectivity will be highly concentrated on the GPRS function. So especially SGSN is nothing but service GPRS support nodes. In cases of GSN, GPRS support nodes only. GPRS interfaces. This is the interface pointer. This interface points are concentrated for SGSN and GGSN. So SGSN and GGSN is nothing but interfaces which is used for transmitting the data connection by using in the packet formations only. Okay, what do you mean by SGSN? So SGSN is nothing but service GPRS support node. So service GPRS support node is packet data. First, you already know what do you mean by SGSN, but what is the main concentration is it is a packet data protocol. Everything be in a GPRS in a packet data protocol, and it is a quality of services. Yeah, without eliminations of a packet, we can use it to transmit the data. Next one is here route packets to MSC. So the packet be in a formations of a route. So those who are sender from the receiver, they got an acknowledgement through 1 second to the sender. That's why we can say it is called as a route packets to MSC. Pages, when a data is to be transmitted. Pages, MSS, when the data is to be transmitted. Handover are the cell changes. It is a handover technology. The handover technology is nothing but transmitting the data from one cell to another cell. That's why we can say it is called as a handover technology. So SGSN is an handover technology processor. Cell is nothing but as a coverage area of a radio frequency functions. Okay, next is stores. So its locations, it can be stores in any type of an area. So it's not acknowledged packets. So sometimes, most probably, GPRS is an acknowledged function. In store categories, it's not be acknowledged functions. Okay, it's not acknowledged for all over the function except for the store categories is not be acknowledged functions. Okay, and it is highly secureable. So likewise a GSM, it is also a authentication function. And charging. So charging is nothing but together from GSN, GGSN and SGSN collect the records. So the records of your data will be collected in both the GGSN and SGSN. Next one is a gateway. Yeah, it is a gateway for the, so we can say it is called as a GGSN, Gateway GPRS Supports Node. It is an interconnected for all over the function, that is an internet. Yeah, it is a gateway, that's why we can denote it as a gateway. By using an internet only, we can easily connect it to the World Wide Web, all over the world. That's why we can say it is called as a gateway GPRS. Next, IP packet is appropriated. Its IP packet is same as a SGSN packet. It is activated and deactivated of PDP content session management based upon the session management, based upon the internet connectivity function. The GPSN and SGSNs will be activated. So simply we can say it is called as a worldwide function, that is a gateway, and it is a highly secureable. So that's why we can concentrate on the firewall and the screening. It is a charging gateway. So and it is a resources is concentrated on external and the network resources functionally. That's why we can say it is an external resources functions of the concentration. And HLR, it is a home location register. So this register will be concentrated on the home locator. The what do you mean by home locator? It is a new field has been added to the HLR in order to serve the GPRS network, which is used to serve in a GPRS network. Yeah, SGSN. So in cases of a home network, they have the separate number for SGSN and separate number for the address. So what is a separate number for home locator? Mean it is an S7. What is a separate address location? Means is fully dependent upon the IP addresses. Okay. In GPRS, LA is divided into RA. Each RA contains one or more cell. In RA, the RA is broadcasted a system information. When an MS is crossing an RA border, the MS will initiate an area updated procedures. Some new elements will be concentrated into the BSS orders, which have some new codings of a technology. So here, if you want to concentrate it as a different technology or the different towers, the base station will be the responsible for that. This diagram will be clearly explain the concept of LA. The LA is nothing but as a local coverage area. This local coverage area will be differentiated from the other coverage area, that is an LA1, LA2, etc. This each coverage area will be concentrated into an SGSN for internet broadband connectivity. So this is a PCU, that is nothing but a packet control unit. This PCU is very important for transmitting or interfacing GPRS with the GSM network for transmitting of a packet. And next one is a mobile station. In mobile station will be classified into different classes, that is class A, class B and class C. So class A support simultaneous monitoring and operations of a packet switch and circuit switches services. So both the packet and circuit switches will be activated in this function. So circuit and function be monitoring, but not simultaneous operations of a circuit switch and packet switch services be concentrated on the class B function. Either circuit or either packet switch will be concentrated on the class C. Based upon the connectivity of a function, the classes will be ordered. Next, mobility management. So it is a track for using the current location of an MS and to initiate security procedure. It is a function that is mainly handled between MS and SGSN. There are various scenarios defined in GPRS to update a subscribe location within the network. That is routing area updated, GPRS attached and detached, cell updated, etc. and etc. GSM and GPRS functional state models. Due to the fact that a GPRS MS is not constantly connected to the network, the GMM, that is a management, has introduced a new state called a ready state. This ready states are used to identifications of differ from the GPS and GSM functions. Yeah, this is the ready state of a function. This is a ready mode of a functions. So it is a procedure. If you want to attach it or detach it of a function, we must identify the SGSN of a function. The MS must provide the identity patterns and switch type of an attachment. So that's why GPRS attached the MS in ready state and MM contents to be established in MS and GSM functions. This is a cell updated of a functions. When the MS enters a new cell, inside the current RA and the MS in a ready state, combined RA of both the functions will be updated in a clear manner. This is a protocol. Yeah, the protocol GPRS here. This protocols will be it follows a protocol from transmitter to the receiver by using UDP or the TCP control protocol. Already know about the TCP, transmission control protocol. This is a protocol for used to transmit the packet from the sender to the receiver. That's why we form a frame like that of that. Okay, you already know it is a connection oriented protocol. Yeah, that's why we can say it is a packet switched formation from transmitter to that of a receiver. That's why we can say it is a connection oriented protocol, which means a virtual connections is established between the two pairs of a transmission TCP transactions. Usually TCP is used together with IP. So IP is nothing but a 5 layers protocol. Each layer have a different session layers. The session layers are usually mentioned from that of a function, and UDP is fully demoted upon the circuit. So most probably we'll concentrate on the TCP function. This is a data packet transfer procedure. In between sender and the receiver, there is a one node. That node is denoted as an IP node. The IP node having the 5 session layer. The 5 session layers are denoted on here. This function is used to transmit the data in a packet format to the of a receiver. Okay, students. Thank you so much. And you must concentrate a little bit from this topic, okay, because most probably from just 3 marks will be asked in the board exam question papers. That's why I never given much more important for this, and this is your homework task. So what is the homework means? Write the difference between GSM and GPRS. Write only the advantages of a GSM. Define BRS services. Differentiated SGSN and GGSN. And last one is define GPRS protocol. Here, differentiate between GSM and GPRS and define BRS services and define GPRS protocol. These 3 questions are repeated questions in previous board exam, your previous board exam. That's all. This is a very easiest topic for you. Anyway, we will see the next classes about WLL ideas of the WLL. Thank you, students. Thank you so much.